Everyone, it's Jennifer Hoffman of enlighteninglife.com, and in this little video I want to talk to you about gratitude and acceptance. Personally, I think we should drop the idea of gratitude, being grateful for the terrible things that happen to us in our lives. I hear it from so many different spiritual teachers: have an attitude of gratitude, be grateful for everything that happens to you. Well, I've had a number of challenging life situations, challenging health issues, challenging personal issues. And believe me, gratitude was the farthest thing from my mind while I was going through these horrible situations. What I really needed to do, though, was something that I have written about for many, many years, and that is learn how to accept. Because gratitude forces you into a state of mind that is really contrary to everything that is necessary for survival. I have to be grateful that I have a cancer diagnosis. I have to be grateful that my life is falling apart. I have to be grateful that my partner just left me or that I just lost my job. That just leaks energy, and it just makes you feel worse because you can't really, while you might mouth the words, yes, I'm grateful for this, in your heart and in your head, you're really thinking, why did this happen to me? What's going on here? How am I going to recover from this? What are my next steps? What do I do now that everything that I thought my future was going to be has just fallen off a cliff? Instead, we need to practice and learn acceptance. And what acceptance does is it stops the energy flow right there. So I accept this is happening to me means, okay, I'm facing this situation. I'm here. This is what's happening. I need to deal with this. Because when you try and find ways to be grateful for the truly awful things that happen to you, you have to work really hard to do that. When I, a few years ago, had to have an emergency appendectomy, and it was discovered that there was a tumor in my appendix, and the doctor said, well, you need to have another test to make sure that the cancer hasn't spread to the rest of your digestive tract. And if that's the case, then you might as well take care of your affairs because you've got at the most 3 years to live. So I had to wait for 30 days to find out whether or not this cancer had spread and what my health was like, because it was over the Christmas holidays, and of course the test couldn't be scheduled. And during that 30 days, believe me, I was not grateful. I was sad. I was angry. I let my children know what was happening. I let good friends and family know what was going on. And I counted the days until I could have that test to let me know whether I had 3 years to live and was cancer-free, or whether I had more time and I didn't know. So gratitude, I was not grateful. But what I did instead was deal with the situation. So as you know, I'm very much into natural health and natural healing. I did everything I knew. I pulled out years and years of information and of resources that I had about treating myself, and I went into high gear because I accepted the situation. So gratitude puts you in an altered reality that isn't really true. It's an illusion to be grateful for horrible things that happen to you. But acceptance puts you in a place where you can deal with the situation, and you stop the energy from flowing into resentment and grief and sadness and anger and all of the things that you naturally feel when something terrible happens to you. Acceptance allows you to stop that energy from moving any farther, and lets you deal with the situation as it is right in front of you. And acceptance also requires that you take full responsibility, which I write about. It's one of the first lessons in my book, 30 Days to Everyday Miracles, that you accept responsibility. This is my life. I create everything in it. I created this. Who knows why, but I created this, and now it's time for me to create something different. So the idea of being grateful for horrible things, don't force yourself. Accept it. See what it is. Let yourself look at what's in front of you, and then plot your next steps. Take strategic steps to deal with the issue and to understand what's going on, so that you can stop energy leaking in ways that aren't beneficial, and marshal your energy and gather it to you and say, okay, I'm going to deal with this. Here's step one, and then I'll worry about step two after I've completed step one. And that's the difference between acceptance and gratitude. And personally, I can be grateful for the lesson after I've accepted what the situation is and taken steps to start fixing the damage. Then I can focus on being grateful for it, understanding the lesson, seeing where I need to make changes in my thought processes and my belief systems and how I'm aligning with things and how I'm using my energy. But first, I need to practice acceptance, and then I can be grateful. I know a lot of you are going through health challenges and other life challenges, and I'm making this video because I know that it's really hard to be grateful when something horrible is happening to you. So stop the leaking, stop the energy flow towards that and say, okay, I accept it. Now, what's my first step? What's the one step that takes me beyond this? And then once you start taking some action and you start feeling like you're more in control, then you can look at that and go, oh, I understand that lesson. I'm grateful for that lesson, and I never want to do this again. And that's an acceptable thing to say too. So I hope that's helpful. It's Jennifer Hoffman. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.